Hello and welcome. In this tutorial we're going to review the basics of HTML, and I'm going to teach you how to make a website that's really simple. It's really basic and there's nothing advanced about it. So let's get started. So first thing you need is, I'm on Windows by the way, and first thing you need is to make a file that is HTML. So what I'm going to do is Windows key and R, and that's going to open the run window like you see right here. And you can type in Notepad or Notepad++, whatever you want. So I'm just going to start with this and switch to Notepad++, but you can just keep writing it in Notepad. So let's open the tag HTML and HTML. So what you need to know about HTML is that if you open a tag, you have to close it. And that's just pretty much the whole rules about HTML. You can write stuff inside the tag, like attributes, but we're going to get to that later. So let's just save this on the desktop, and let's save it as a UTF-8 encoding because that's really important. And let's call it a webpage.html. And of course, let's not save it as a text file. Save it, and there we go. And now I'm going to edit it in my editor, which is Notepad++, because I like Notepad++. So first thing you want to do is you want to tab out because it looks nicer. You actually don't have to do that, but it's like kind of cleaner, so let's just do that. Open the head and close the head right away. So anyway, so title, we're going to open head. Head is usually the main 2 points of HTML are actually head and the body. So we're going to do, actually don't have to tab this out. So we're going to do head and we're going to go to title. So title is going to be the title of your webpage, and you're going to see in a moment how that's going to look. So let's close the title as well. Now let's call it the ugliest webpage in the world. Okay, so as far as that's concerned, we are good here. And then we're going to go to the body. And this is where most of the stuff is actually going to be. So like you can put style and scripts in head, but we're not going to do that right now because that's not basics. At least not for now. And for basics, we're going to do, actually, let's just do in the body, let's do main stuff. So all of the code, well, most of the code is going to be in the body. So let's do H1, which means header 1, and this is going to be the biggest text. So this is going to be the title of our webpage. But like title in the, that's going to be visible. So it's not actually going to be, the first title is actually not going to be visible to you. It's actually going to be, well, I'm going to show it to you. So let's open that with a browser. Hold on, it's really fucking slow. It's surprisingly slow. Okay, so there you go, and you see title of our webpage, and this is the title that we wrote first, so you can tell the difference, right? So this is the title that we wrote first, and it's here. So that's not really the title, but kind of is. This is just the header, and the header says title of our webpage. We can just call it like Mike's webpage. Okay. And there we go. So okay, so next thing you want to do is, oh, I actually closed that wrong, so let's do that like that. Okay, so and then next thing you want to do is maybe write a paragraph. So paragraphs are usually smaller. Let's do small paragraph, and let's write them out. As you can see, it says small paragraph. So that's, you know, it's not really a big of a deal. So if you want to bold stuff, you can do B, and that's really basic. And you can do, if you want to like make it italic, you can also do, let's just copy this and make it another time. It's just like there, big paragraph. It's not actually going to be big. So let's do it I and I. And let's do that. So as you can see, this became italic and this became bold because we tagged it. So we opened it and closed it, same thing. So let's just do BR, and that's like a break or something. It's basically what it does is makes a new row. Or let's do an HR, which is a line. There, you can modify the line later, it really doesn't matter. So those are some of the basic things that you gotta know. And then you can also do H2 and H3, and they're just smaller. So let me just show you. H3 is like way smaller. There you go. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna put it back to H1 because that's the title. And we're gonna do a comment right here. So let me just show you how to do comments. So let's do this. This is a comment. And now you know how you actually have to close everything in HTML? Well, this is the reason. So this is actually green. That means it's commented. So we gotta close it like that. And there you go. This is a comment. You can also, instead of comments, do the hidden P. So that's a paragraph that's hidden. You can just do P hidden, and this is hidden. and you can close it as a P because this is an attribute. This is not actually the paragraph, like specific paragraph name. So let's refresh that, and as you can see, you can't really see it, but if you open the source code of it, inspect it like this, you're gonna be able to see the comment and the hidden one. So there. So that's cool. Let's do more advanced stuff. Let's make a link or something like that. So let's go, right, why not in between that? So let's do a href, and let's do www.google.com. Wait, okay, so that's not gonna work. And then Google link. So what we did here basically is we opened a, and then we added a link to it. So this is not going to work, but I'm going to show you why. And this is going to look like this. So let me show you. Okay, so as you can see, it's blue. But now that I click it, it's not going to work. Why? It's just going to take me to the directory. Now, this is a great thing because you can just link other HTML with that. But if you want to go to a website or redirect to a website, you're going to do HTTPS, www. So you have to put a protocol. So it's either HTTP or HTTPS depending on your website. So let's do Google link. And now that you press it, you're going to get taken to Google. So that's cool. That's something to know. And if you don't want to do that, since we are on the desktop, let me show you. So we're on the desktop, and I have the HTML2 file here, and we want to link the website. So let's just do html2.html. So now we'll link that, and I'm going to show you how that works. So it's really not a Google link anymore. We can just rename it to our webpage. It doesn't matter. So there you go. So, I mean, this is also the ugliest webpage in the world, but I just wanted to show you how the linking works. So anyways, we're not going to do that right now, and we're not going to click that. So let's just rename it my webpage. Anyways, and we close the tag. So what else do we want to do? Well, we can do style. So style is also important. You can also do scripts, but we're going to do that. That's maybe more advanced for this tutorial. So let's do style, and let's of course close it because you have to close everything ever. And let's do h1, which is this right here. So we already talked about this, Mike's webpage. And let's do the curly brackets or whatever they're called. And then let's do background, color, and let's do gray. And now of course let's close it. So what you gotta do next is we can add more stuff to the style, but let me just show you how that works. So background color is gray right now. If we refresh that, there you can see it's actually gray, so that's cool. But we can also add stuff like this. I mean, right here, this is actually CSS. So this is a different language. The reason I'm teaching you this is because, well, it kind of goes with HTML, right? If you know just HTML, that's useless. So anyway, I mean, you gotta know JavaScript as well. Okay, so let's do, for example, what are we gonna do with H1? Let's do align center. Okay, so let's do that. As you can see now, it's on center, so that's cool. Let's do something else. So let's, I don't know. Let's do body, and let's change the whole body text to I don't know, red. Yeah, let's do red. And there you go. Now everything's red except for the link, which is kind of obvious. Right. So if we want to change, let's say paragraph. I mean, let's say big. Let's say big. So if we want to change big to a certain color, we're actually going to do font color, and it's going to be blue. I don't know. Let's do blue. Sorry, blue. Let's close that, and we do this, and let's do. We got to close font. So there we go, and now it's blue. Cool. So that's great, and that's mostly the basics of HTML. And what we want to do as well, I mean, I can show you this as well. So this is a list, like a really simple list. You can modify them easily, and you can do ul. Okay, li, and let's close the li. Let's close this one as well. Okay, so this is a list. This is basically well, I can't really explain. It's like a square for the list, and then these are the elements of the list. You're gonna see how. So let's do Mike. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but let's just do Mike, and let's do, I don't know, Jennifer. Right? So this is the list, and I have the list which says Mike and Jennifer. What if I write something here and refresh it, and now it says here, and yeah, so that's pretty much the basics of HTML. Like what you learn next is CSS. You go with the divs, learn a little bit more about div structures. You're probably not going to use these attributes here. You're going to use mostly style, and you're going to use like coding, like, I don't know, you're going to use JavaScript, or you're going to link stuff. For example, link, I'm going to show how to link CSS. Right, so let me just show you how to do CSS. So here's how we're going to do that. So basically what we have right here is style, and if we want to make a new file, so let's just do that right away. Let's make a text document. Let's call it style.css. And yeah, and we're just gonna paste all of that right in here. Just put it right here. I think, yeah, we can just tab that out. It really doesn't matter. All right. So now it's CSS, and now we're gonna remove this style here. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna so we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do href again, like we had it right here, and we're gonna call it theme.css. Well, actually, we're gonna call it style because we already called it style. So since they're in the same map, this should work. So nothing should change. That's true. So nothing changed because this is fine. But if we do, let's say, blue, don't forget to close that. All right. So if we do that and we rerun it, and now it's blue. Right. So these are basics of HTML, and as you can see, it's really not that complicated. Like, it's most of the language you can actually understand. This is why it's actually a markup language and not a programming language, and it's kind of simple. It's really simple. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.